All right. The last bit of today then. Thank you, everybody. Let's start with a simple question. If I would ask you, if you were to choose a communication superpower, what would it be? We all are great speakers, right? But how do we become good communicators? One superpower that can make you communicate really well. Would you want one? How about mind reading? To know what someone actually thinks. Or maybe perfect persuasion. Convincing anyone of anything. Would you like that? It would be so easy, right? If we had these superpowers, we could communicate so effortlessly. Yes, while mind reading can be a far stretch, there are certain techniques which, if you master, you can take your communication game to the pro level. There are three fundamental elements of communication: words, intent, energy. Simple. Each of these are powerful on its own, accessible to everybody, and utilized by anyone who wants to convey a message. Yet, why do we perceive certain individuals as better communicators than others? Why does certain messages resonate with us while others just fade into fleeting memories? In a world that's overflowing with information, how does one cut through the clutter and deliver a message effectively? Isn't that what every individual brand and marketing strategy is seeking? My name is Tina Jose, and I'm a communicational professional with over a decade of experience. In my line of work, I help individuals and brands unlock the secret door to effective communication. A world that is filled with so much of noise, so much of information, all of this brings to just one point. This is a day in my life. That's right, I asked my colleague to photograph me the entire day, at work, in my personal life. Every day, I juggle personalities as if I'm in a sitcom. At one moment, I'm a peacekeeper in a verbal wrestling match. In the next, I'm a therapist nobody knew they needed. Every day, I find myself convincing, reasoning, debating, brainstorming with a whole cast of characters, whether at work or in my personal life, all while ensuring that my personal emotions do not photobomb the scene. I'm sure I'm not alone. Everyone in this room has gone through this battle. Who knew, right? Communication could be such a survival game. But through it all, I have discovered 5 key elements that can not only make your conversations heard, but also easily understood by anyone, regardless of who they are, their age, or their social background. So here goes. The first toolkit: a la carte of information works better than a buffet. Simple, makes sense. Everybody prefers small, manageable portion of information that encourages focus and clarity. You know why? Because this prevents important details from getting lost in the noise of excess information. You know, this reminds me, very early on in my career, I remember a performance review that I was having with my manager. It was like I was trying to win the Oscars for the best employee of the quarter. And believe me, the conversation went like this. So I managed to finish the client project ahead of time, have worked on the new marketing strategy. I've also collaborated with other team, took on extra responsibilities, and oh, not to forget, I've also finished the training sessions that you asked me to. My boss clearly looked like a floodgate of information was unleashed onto him. He was confused, left searching for answers which obviously was not included in my monologue. And just there, you have that feeling, right? When you go and sit across a conversation and this is not going to go well. Just right there, as I could see my hopes plummeting from a feet of approximately 30,000 feet, I couldn't help but wonder, should I have bought a PowerPoint presentation to keep things on track or a parachute to soften this landing? Because at this rate, I'm going to need both. But if I had not opted for that monologue of mine and knew this, your hearing is more powerful than your speech. Explore the power of listening. That's right. Did you know that you can think at approximately 900 to 1,000 words a minute? You can listen to 400 words per minute, but you can only speak 125 to 150 words per minute. You know what this means? It means that while you are speaking at 125 words per minute, your listener's imagination is running wild at 900 words per minute. In my case, if I could have just paused and listened to what my boss has to speak to me, I could have brought him down from a 900 words of confusing and distracting thoughts to a focused 125 words. By listening to him carefully, I could have made it more involved, made my conversations more meaningful. By opening up a two-way street of listening and speaking, I could have created an open space for safe dialogue. But that's not all. I've one more thing. Turn up your volume. Your talking decibels matter. What if I spoke like this? So I've managed to finish the client project ahead of time. I've also collaborated with other teams. What if I spoke like this? I've managed to finish the client project ahead of time, and I've also collaborated with other teams. Turning up your volume signals to your listener that you believe in your message and are comfortable expressing it. A higher volume draws attention of the listener, not only making them clearly hear what you say, but also easily understand. They become more focused on your conversation, and this creates a very good space for conversations. The same goes for team meetings in conference rooms. Your volume matters. All this is good, very good. How do you give life to your conversations? Pitch and tone. What are they? Pitch refers to the frequency of sound waves when you speak, determining how high or low your volume sounds. Tone expresses various emotions like warmth, sarcasm, anger, or even excitement. These two elements add color to your conversation. They give life to what you speak. Just like color gives life and vibrancy to art. Just like a painter uses various hues to evoke emotion and set the mood for a masterpiece, a good speaker uses various tones and pitches to convey feelings and engage listeners. A high pitch might add excitement, while a low tone can introduce calmness or even seriousness, transforming a simple exchange into a rich tapestry of expressions. This dynamic interplay between a pitch and a tone breathes life to your conversation. They give life to a point where your listener starts relating themselves, and this makes it more memorable. It allows them to know the emotions behind your words. Coming to my last tool. Okay, now, if I ask you all, do you remember 250 to 300 words of your favorite song? Of course, we have our favorite song, right? We know our favorite song. We go to karaoke nights, we sing it, love it. Now, if I ask you all, do you remember 250 to 300 words of your favorite book? Straight. The answer is maybe, no, straight. Yeah. Someone said straight. Yes. The reason, the difference, so it's much easier to remember a song, but it's a little difficult to remember the words in a book, is because of the connect, the emotional connect you have. While I cannot say that, you can have your conversation in a sing-song intonation, but you can definitely leverage the emotional connection behind it. Just like a song strikes the emotional chord between a speaker and a listener, your conversation should also have that emotional connection. And with that, whenever you have an emotional connection, your listeners tend to take back more of what you said because they related to it, they remember it, and they feel for it. So, my friends, take this toolkit. Avoid the buffet approach. Be mindful of your tone and pitch. And remember, if your conversation starts feeling like a performance review gone rogue, just pause, listen, and connect to your audience. And that's how you speak like a pro and give your conversations heard. Thank you so much.